Uh, this is not financial advice. You dumbass.
Ooh, yeah, buy Bitcoin, yeah.
What do you want to talk about?
El Salvador's.
El
Talk
Salvador.
about El Salvador.
Salvador.
That, so I did some research into that, believe it or not, because I never do my research.
Yeah.
And it's got me pretty worried.
Why?
Well, I think it's a good thing for I think it's a cool thing for El Salvador. I think it's a bad thing for the United States.
Of course it
Yeah.
is.
What's that?
Anyway, we can go into a few things about El Salvador. Of course, we know now it's kind of old news that they made the Bitcoin legal tender.
Right.
And they're kind of starting some other countries are kind of getting interested in the whole thing. This dude, which I can't pronounce his name, Nabib Berkel or whatever.
Yeah, Bootley.
He hopes to boost foreign investment, improve financial inclusion, and generate jobs from the whole deal or whatever. And this was his tweet, kind of like immediately after. It passed 62 out of 84 votes. So they were pretty happy about that. At least he was. And these right here, other countries that may be following. So you had some South American leaders and politicians from other countries, including Paraguay, Argentina, Brazil, Mexico, all expressed interest in the digital currency since El Salvador came out.
You you know why that's a problem for us? I shouldn't say it's a problem. Why the larger implications here is that Brazil is part of BRICS. You know what BRICS is?
The big
So BRICS is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. They kind of have like a team thing going here. And if Brazil does it, I think that Russia, India, China, and South Africa will all be, maybe not all of them, but they might lean that way themselves.
No kidding.
I think the dollar is in deep crap.
That's absolutely. They had the
what is up with that?
You're familiar with the laser eyes, huh?
Everyone that you see on Twitter or whatever, anything has to do with Bitcoin, everyone's got red eyes. Like
yeah, that's kind of a meme, kind of like the Doge is kind of a meme. Well, this is a Bitcoin, but this is the first time you're ever seeing like politicians and this guy right here is the guy from Paraguay or whatever. He announced on Twitter that he was also saying a long time ago, our country needs to advance hand in hand with the new generation. The movement has come, our moment. And this week we start an important project to innovate Paraguay in front of the world. This is another young millennial politician that's all gung-ho on Bitcoin. And he's just one of many, man. There's I've seen stuff from Mexico.
Yeah,
it sure seems like they're gonna start piling in. This right here is that guy from El Salvador again, anyway. And they're kind of encouraging everything. El Salvador's only got a population of 6.4 million and a GDP of 27 billion.
El Salvador, $19 billion in debt. So
yeah, well, they're a desperately poor nation, whatever. Bitcoin, meanwhile, has a market cap about 680 billion. So even if 1% is invested in El Salvador, the country's GDP will shoot up by about 25%. And he's kind of promoting the whole thing, He's going on Twitter and saying great weather, world-class surfing, beaches, beachfront property, one of the few countries in the world with no property tax. No capital gains tax for Bitcoin since it's legal currency, and immediate permanent residence for any crypto entrepreneur.
What?
This is the president of El Salvador tweeting this.
Holy cow.
Isn't that crazy?
You know what, though? He's smart, man. That's the thing. Like, so if you do crypto business in El Salvador and you become a resident or probably not a resident, but a citizen there, then you don't have to pay taxes on your Bitcoin, right?
No, look at, and they got this stuff going on. Did you see with them mining with the volcanoes?
No.
Oh yeah.
No, this is the hydro.
Yeah.
They just invested infrastructure from the president's state-owned geothermal electric company to put up a plan to offer facilities for mining, Bitcoin mining, very cheap, 100% clean, 100% renewable, 0% emission energies from volcanoes. This is going to evolve very fast, and what they're doing is just what he said there. They're getting geothermal energy by drilling into the side. There's some videos on Twitter you should check out, or anybody should check out. It's pretty cool.
You
And
got
like I
to
said,
watch any of those fucking like Marvel movies and all that stuff. They've used every goddamn resource they are, but now they're tapping into the mommy button. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
the last thing right there. You start drilling in the center of that earth. It's only what 40 kilometers deep. Then all of a sudden you're into the come on now.
yeah.
But I guess if it's right there and you can use it.
So they're definitely going all in, and this hasn't been. They didn't decide this last week. You know,
No.
they've been prepping for this for a long time. They see the possibilities of where it's at.
You know,
Who's the next big player in that?
And what?
In like, okay, El Salvador is the first one. Might as well can say that they're the guinea pig. U.S. holds them under the thumb because they're still their legal currency is U.S. dollar.
Yep.
And they don't want them to do it because then they have no control over it. So who's the next big player? They're the smallest country in Central America.
Yeah, like I said, these countries here are. I mean, obviously, this guy's he's pretty much presenting the same bill in Paraguay that the guy from El Salvador did, and I don't think. I mean, Brazil and Mexico is nothing to sneeze at, really.
Yeah,
Argentina is
Brazil's
fairly
like, I think Brazil's like 220 million people,
Yeah.
right? And we're like 330 million people. You look at Brazil on the map; it's like it's half as big as the United States, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just taking a gander at it, but that's some serious stuff.
But like you said, they're tied in with Russia and China and all that stuff, but they have major investment and US has major control in them. Brazil.
Well, so this brings up the question, like, why would what does El Salvador have to lose, right? Nothing really, except for the dollar, which, you know, our politicians
well, they do have stuff to lose because
our support.
I'll show you what. As soon as this guy come out and said that stuff, the IMF was freaking out. Like within hours, they set up a meeting, and
you and me, we're getting together and we're going to talk about this.
I guess within the hour, they heard from the White House as well.
Imagine. I mean,
the United States calling.
$20 billion they're going to lose.
What the hell are you doing? So the IMF plans to meet with El Salvador president, potentially discussing their move to Bitcoin, and they're really going to try to discourage them from. And from what I gather, I guess the IMF has. And you guys know what the IMF is, right?
Yeah.
International Monetary Fund, yeah.
Right. Well, they have like these. They give out money to struggling countries
to help them reboost it and build it.
Right. Well, they're gonna try to use that to leverage and discourage them from from pulling this stuff. But I think they got more to gain from Bitcoin than they do to lose from the IMF. You know what I mean?
Yeah.